Yo, check this out. We just dove headfirst into a Reddit rabbit hole, and what we found is it's seriously next level
Oh,
bonkers.
yeah, totally. We're talking like a story so wild, it's hard to even wrap your head around.
Right. We've been digging through Reddit's our best of Redditor updates, but the internet serves up some real head scratchers.
And this one really stands out. It's quite something. Buckle up.
Okay, so picture this, right? Your 9-year-old kid comes back from a visit with their dad. Normal enough,
Uh-huh.
but then she's complaining about like back pain
Mm-hmm.
and her arm is tingling.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
No, definitely not. Instant red flags go up for any parent there.
Exactly. So the mom, she does the logical thing. She immediately makes a doctor's appointment. You got to figure out what's going on.
Absolutely. That parental instinct kicks in. You need answers, you need medical advice.
But the reason for the pain, it's not what you'd expect, not even close.
Yeah, this is where it takes a sharp left turn into the bizarre.
So the mom texts the dad, right? Hey, what happened? And his reply by text.
He just admits it via text.
Yeah. Apparently, his new wife didn't like the daughter's posture, her slouching at the dinner table.
Slouching. So instead of, maybe saying, hey, sit up straight, honey.
Nope, not even close.
Yeah.
These two geniuses decided the answer was a homemade back brace.
And not just any brace. We're talking about wood and steel.
Wooden steel. For a 9-year-old,
Yeah.
because she slouched during dinner, it's mind-blowing. Like, who does that?
It's just the leap in logic is staggering. And the mom points out there was absolutely zero medical reason for this. No doctor involved, no diagnosis.
None. Just stepmom didn't like her posture. That's it.
Purely based on this dinner table observation, it's deeply concerning. And you can totally understand the mom's reaction.
Oh, totally. She was furious, ready to go full mama bear, lawyer up, protect her kid, which, I mean, yeah.
Of course, anyone would be. The idea of someone strapping a homemade device like that onto your child, it's infuriating.
So this poor kid, right, forced into this thing made of wood and steel because of slouching. And believe it or not, the story actually gets worse.
Yeah, the updates really escalate things.
Okay, so after this first incident with the wooden and steel torture device,
Let's call it what it is.
right. So the mom gets lawyers involved, thankfully. And initially the court does restrict the dad's visits. They become supervised.
Which seems like a reasonable first step given the circumstances. There were clear concerns about his judgment.
He even had to go to parenting classes, which you'd think might include a chapter on don't build medieval restraints for your children. Apparently not.
Well, sometimes these measures are put in place, but the legal system often aims to restore contact if possible.
Yeah, apparently so. Because get this, despite the brace, despite the supervised visits, despite the classes, the court eventually gave him back unsupervised visits.
Against the mother's wishes.
Totally against her wishes. She fought it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I guess he convinced the judge he'd learned his lesson. He didn't have a prior record of, brace building, so
Yeah.
yikes.
It really highlights a difficult tension in family law, the push to maintain parental contact versus, clear red flags about safety.
Big time. So the mom, being smart, gave her daughter a phone, like a secret weapon. Call anytime, no matter what.
A very prudent move, giving the child a way to reach out.
And wouldn't you know it, the second unsupervised visit, it happened again.
Bracegate 2.0, as you called it earlier.
But this time it was somehow even worse. They upgraded the design.
It seems so. The details are horrifying. This time it was made of steel and fabric, apparently designed to be even more restrictive.
Oh my God. And they took her phone away this time.
Yes, they confiscated her phone, cutting off that lifeline the mom had provided.
But this kid, seriously, this 9-year-old is amazing. She waited for a chance, saw an opportunity.
And she ran.
She bolted straight to a neighbor's house. And the neighbor just happened to be a police officer.
Talk about luck, or maybe fate, in a terrible situation. Her bravery is incredible.
Seriously, can you imagine running for help like that? What a hero.
Absolutely. Her quick thinking, her courage.
Yeah.
It's remarkable.
So the neighbor, the cop, calls it in. Paramedics show up. More police arrive.
And they find her in this device.
And they had to physically CUT it off her.
Yeah.
With tools.
Which just underscores how serious this was. It wasn't just uncomfortable. It was a dangerous restraint.
No kidding. So finally the consequences caught up.
This time, yes. The father and the stepmother were arrested.
They apparently made bail pretty quickly, which just makes my blood boil, but okay. Charges were filed. Serious charges.
And importantly, their other child, an infant, was placed in a Child Protective Services custody.
Good. And the dad. Lost visitation, lost custody immediately. The mom's now fighting for permanent sole custody, which she absolutely deserves.
The legal system responded much more decisively after the second incident, recognizing the clear pattern of abuse and the immediate danger.
But here's the part that just guts you. The physical damage.
Yeah, this is the truly tragic outcome.
That brace, that second homemade monstrosity, it dislocated her shoulder.
A serious injury requiring surgery.
Surgery. And she's still dealing with numbness, with tingling in her arm. The doctors, they're saying she might have permanent limitations.
Permanent nerve damage, potentially impacting her range of motion for life.
This little girl, she loved sports, she loved dance, and now, because her dad and stepmom had some weird hang-up about slouching, her whole life could be different.
It's devastating. The long-term physical and undoubtedly emotional scars, it's the horrific reality of what they did. It's abuse, plain and simple.
It's unbelievable. The level of messed up thinking required to go from sit up straight to building a steel brace, I just can't.
The escalation is chilling.
And the fact that a judge, even initially, thought, yeah, unsupervised visits seem okay after the first brace incident. What?
It certainly raises questions about how risk assessments are made in these situations. The child's safety has to be paramount.
You think. So just to wrap this nightmare fuel up, dad and stepmom play Dr. Frankenstein with hardware store parts because kid slouches, leads to brace 1.0, supervised visits, then unsupervised visits again, bafflingly.
Right.
Then brace 2.0, even worse. Kid makes a heroic escape to a cop neighbor, arrests, brace gets cut off.
A truly harrowing sequence of events.
And the result, dislocated shoulder, surgery, maybe permanent arm problems, all because she didn't have perfect posture at 9 years old.
Well, consequences are just tragic and completely disproportionate to any imagined infraction.
Seriously, like when I think DIY, I think maybe, I don't know, assembling some IKEA furniture, painting a wall, not building a child restraint system.
It's a disturbing distortion of, well, anything reasonable.
These two took do-it-yourself to a place it should never, ever go. I cannot fathom their thought process or lack thereof. And seriously, that judge, after the first brace, what on earth?
It's a case that leaves you with a lot of heavy thoughts, definitely about child protection and the systems meant to ensure it.
You said it. Wow. Okay, I think I need to go sit down now with like ramrod straight posture, just in case.
Probably not necessary, but I understand the feeling.
Right. Okay, folks, that was a lot. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.